Hello everyone, and welcome to the best sacrifice or tactic that I have ever played in my life. So this is a game that I played about 1 week ago. It was a Vienna opening, and my opponent here just played pawn to f5, trying to strike this f-file here open while my queen is just a sitting duck on f3. Here though, I see that this knight is completely trapped, so I play the move pawn to h5, at which point this knight is just completely trapped, and black here takes on e4. Now, in this position, I have one of the most savage tactics I have ever played or seen in my entire life. I will give you a second to try and find it. The first incredible move here in the two-part sacrifice is taking on g6. Completely sacrificing our queen, but they can actually not take it, because if they take it, then our rook slides all the way up to h7, and this is checkmate. Their king cannot walk to the side because our pesky bishop on b3 guards that square, the pawn defends the rook, and the rook simply checks the king where it has no squares to go to. And if they take with the rook, then it's the exact same story. Rook takes on h7, and once again, they just have no squares to go to. So in the game, my opponent actually saw this and played the move pawn to h6, instead of taking my queen to try and make sure they do not get checkmated. However, here we have an even more incredible move. I'll give you another second to try and find it. The incredible move we play here is bishop takes on h6, sacrificing our bishop while our queen is still hanging, and yet everything they do is simply forced checkmate. And something I want you to notice here is that in this position, or all these positions, the most important piece is not this bishop, but is also not this queen. It's this rook on h1 that is constantly pestering their king. Now, if they do end up taking our queen, then simply bishop steps back to g5 is checkmate, because now we reveal this attack on their king. Their king still cannot walk here, and this is just checkmate. And if they take their rook, then once again, same story, bishop back to g5. And if they play anything else as well, then once again, bishop to g5 will just be checkmate. However, their best try is to end up taking our bishop, at which point we have a checkmate in 5 that I calculated all beforehand. If you can't tell, I'm very proud of this. Rook takes on h6, check. Their king cannot run here because once again it's bishop, so king runs to g7. We check on h7 for rook, sacrificing our g-pawn, and now we do not take their queen. Instead we play queen to h4 check. Their king's only safe square is to f6, at which point after rook checks on h6, king runs to g7, and now queen to g6 is just checkmate. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.